CM Punk kicks off the show with a fiery rant calling out The Rock as a bald fraud, accusing him of using his status to walk into WWE whenever he pleases. He then blasts John Cena for betraying the fans at Elimination Chamber and shifts his focus to Seth Rollins, warning that if he gets his hands on him, he'll leave him in a wheelchair. Seth Rollins interrupts. CM Punk and Seth Rollins erupt into a wild brawl on WWE Raw, repeatedly breaking free from security as they fight up the aisle into the ring and over the announcer's table. Despite officials' efforts to separate them, Rollins gets one last shot in by throwing a bottle at Punk before retreating, leaving Punk with an intense, furious look. Finn Bálor congratulates Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez on their tag team victory, but remains frustrated over Dominik Mysterio and Carlito's loss to Bron Breakker, vowing to handle it himself. When Mysterio suggests adding a new Judgment Day member, Bálor shuts it down while Morgan avoids commenting on Jade Cargill's performance in the Elimination Chamber. Otis is in the ring with Alpha Academy. Gunther enters and taunts Otis, calling him a freak and a people-pleaser who doesn't belong in his ring, claiming the crowd only pities him. After mocking Otis's potential, Gunther suddenly blindsides him with a big boot, sending a brutal message. Gunther defeated Otis by pinfall. After the match, Gunther dominates Otis in a Kira Tozal before Jey Uso storms the ring to a massive ovation, hitting a spear and holding up the World Heavyweight Championship. However, A-Town Down Under ambushes Uso, allowing Gunther to lock in a sleeper hold, put him to sleep, and stand over him triumphantly with the title raised high. AJ Styles expresses his shock over John Cena's betrayal at Elimination Chamber, but dismisses Karrion Kross's attempt to stir trouble about Logan Paul. Determined to remind the WWE Universe who he is, Styles announces he'll call out Logan Paul next Monday at Madison Square Garden, while Kross smirks, pleased with his subtle manipulation. Nile defeated Lyra Valkyria for WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Jackie Redmond and Seth freaking Rollins engage in a brawl, with Redmond attempting to catch up while Rollins charges CM Punk. Seth Rollins vows to take out CM Punk before WrestleMania, declaring this fight is personal. In response, Raw GM Adam Pearce announces that Rollins and Punk will settle their feud in a steel cage match next week at Madison Square Garden. Ludwig Kaiser boasts about his triple threat victory and claims he deserves the spotlight, warning Penta that he will teach him the meaning of fear. However, Penta storms the ring, unleashing a flurry of high-flying attacks that force Kaiser to retreat, leaving Penta standing tall. Kathy Kelly inquires about Bianca Belair's communication with Jade Cargill and Naomi, but Belair refuses to discuss these matters, focusing on her WrestleMania opponent. Chad Gable searches for someone in Mexico, but finds no luck until he meets a mysterious old man who tells him he must become Lucha to fight the Luchadors. After paying for a mysterious box, Gable opens it, though its contents remain unseen, hinting at something powerful. The War Raiders defeated the Creed Brothers by pinfall and still World Tag Team Champions. Finn Bálor taunts Bron Breakker, claiming Judgment Day allows him to hold the Intercontinental title, but Breakker fires back, calling himself a dog ready for a fight. When Breakker charges the ring, he overcomes attacks from Carlito and Dominik Mysterio, before laying out Bálor with a military press power slam and spearing Carlito at ringside, standing tall to end the segment. Jey Uso admits that Gunther has shaken his confidence, but remains determined to overcome the challenge. After briefly acknowledging Otis, he vows to fight through adversity and leaves the arena focused on his goal. IYO SKY defeated Rhea Ripley by pinfall and become the new Women's World Champion. IYO SKY defends Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, despite Rhea Ripley's frustration. Sky poses on turnbuckles as show ends. In the end, don't forget to like, share your opinion with me in the comments, and subscribe to stay entertained.